Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a Samsung store for all of your city building needs. Here are all of the materials that you will need to make your store. This is the amount of space required to make your Samsung store. Step 1, come all the way over to the front left hand corner of your grid, if you've made it, and begin by placing a row of 4 black concrete on top of each other. 1, 2, 3, 4. Extend to the right by 1, and then place 9 blue concrete going right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We then want to place 2 black concrete on the end, 1, 2, and then extend down to the ground. We then want to extend the entire vertical row of black concrete backwards by 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we want to extend both of the rows of black concrete, the first one that we made and then that second which we have just extended. They want to get extended backwards, and then they will want to join each other. So you can actually accelerate this a little bit by just extending the end of that row across and then just joining it all the way back to the front to essentially make yourself a box. And once we have the box, which is this, we want to take the row of blue concrete that we have at the front, extend it 1 row upwards, and to make it just a little bit more 3D, I think that we're going to extend it backwards, although we may change that a little bit later on. And that is where the sign is going to go. So just from the sides, if we have that extra row, you can see it just looks a little bit more 3D. I like the effect a bit better. So, at the front of the store, we want to have a row of smooth quartz block on the left and right sides. This wants to be 1 row inwards on both sides, so it sets back a little bit. We then want to have 4 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, of black glass pane extending inwards from the rows of smooth quartz. So this is going to extend towards the center. This is going to be where the entrance is, here. I want to have door handles, and these are quite simply just end rods that are suspended right in the middle of the glass, vertical, just like this. They can be placed up or down, it doesn't really matter. So underneath the glass, I'm going to recommend that the first 3 rows are going to be blue, and then I'm going to make the middle part. We don't have the material at the moment, but we can grab it actually. Quartz bricks. So it does. I just think it looks a little bit better. Instead of placing blue all the way under the glass, I like it if it's just a little bit wider to accentuate the door. Or accentuate, not accentuate. I don't know if that's even a word. But anyway, it just accentuates the door a little bit. We're going to dig out the entire middle of the store, and it's going to be pretty much exclusively quartz brick. We are going to have a little bit of a carpet just where the till area is, but other than that, I mean, it's pretty much just quartz brick everywhere. And it just looks good. I mean, again, it's white, but... And we do have, you know, a lot of white in this store, so you might think that it'd be nice to have some contrast, but it's so small that the brighter, the lighter materials, it makes it look a little bit better, quite honestly, but do feel free to swap things around. So the next thing that we have to do is we kind of have to lay out the store a little bit, and it's not too difficult. So we're going to take the rows of smooth quartz that we have at the front of the store, and we're going to extend them 1 row inwards. We'll do the same on the other side in a bit. Take the bottom, place 2 upside down quartz stairs extending backwards. Smooth quartz block. Upside down stairs, quartz block, upside down stairs, quartz block. And then raise them all up to height, except of course for these stairs. We're then going to place smooth quartz slabs, joining all of these together at the top. And let's come on to the opposite side now. So it's going to be the row of smooth quartz, 2 stair, quartz, 2 stair, quartz, 2 stair, quartz. And then we can raise up all of these blocks, except for the stairs of course, by 2. Join them together at the top using quartz slabs, and there you go. So when it comes to the back, we're actually going to leave the back portion alone, mostly, except we do want to have a little bit of blue concrete. So the blue concrete, it's not right at the back. You want to leave a gap of 1. So let's come all the way to the back left hand side of the store, leave a gap of 1, and then leave a gap of 2. You want to have a space of 2. And then here is where the actual counter is going to start. So place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blue concretes, join that to the wall, stick a sideways facing smooth quartz stair on the end. Now, grab the pillar quartz block, and you want to leave a gap of, basically it's where we have these smooth quartz here. You want to leave a gap of 1, and then we want to have 2 smooth quartz pillar, they're not smooth quartz, pillar quartz block extending up, and this kind of just like frames the back of the store. I quite like it. It kind of just differentiates it a little bit. So I don't know, I just like the effect. You don't have to have the pillows if you I cannot talk. This is crazy. We don't have to have the pillars if you don't want to, but it does make a little bit of a difference. Feel free to discard them if you don't want them. So the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to lay out the roof a little bit. So to do this, we're going to use smooth quartz slabs. And basically where we have all of these separations in between the shelving units here, we want to have on the ends smooth quartz slabs like this. So for instance, like if you just start off really, this might be an easy way of thinking about it. Start off at the front and the back and connect these shelves together like left and right, like this. And then you just want to connect these shelves together in the middle as well. And the same thing goes for the pillar quartz like this. And there we have some like natural ways to get some light in here. To which, if you then want to, we can get rid of the quartz bricks. We can grab the black concrete again, and we can place black concrete on top of all of these slabs that we've placed. So like this is for the roof section, we're actually outside here. You could even leave some of the exposed quartz slab if you wanted to, although it'll look a little bit weird because I then want to fill this in using black glass block. So we managed to get a huge amount of natural light in here. We are still going to be adding some artificial light, but it's, I don't know, it's just a nice way of keeping this nice and bright. Like, I really like how this looks. And it works out nicely inside here. Like, it just, I don't know, it feels nice and open and airy. I'm pretty happy with it. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to make a couple of tables, very much like the Apple shop. They've got kind of like these tables laid out for some products, and we'll need sea lanterns, birchwood stairs, birchwood slabs we'll need some paintings for later on, heavy weighted pressure plate flower pot, some azure bluettes, and we'll even grab some white carpet. We'll grab item frames as well, but then we've got to make some banners. So we're going to have 2 tables. One table is going to, you start off basically, actually we need a birchwood slab as well. So the first table, we'll start on the left here. We take the middle of these 2 shelves, leave a gap of 1, and then have a birch slab. Extend that across and place upside down birchwood stairs on the ends of these slabs. So here and here. And we want to have the same thing on the opposite side. So the slabs, the stairs, here, and here, just like that. And we're just going to pepper these with item frames. Like, you can have them in any sort of like configuration you want to. I mean, you know, place more, place less. I think that 3 a table is quite good because I don't like to crowd the table too much. We also want item frames in between all of the shelves as well. So we just want to have item frames, just everything on display. What else can we do? Oh, we can add sea lanterns underneath the shelving units, and this just makes it look a lot, I don't know, it just makes things stand out a little bit more to have these sea lanterns here on this side as well. And this side. It just makes it look a little bit better. It just kind of like grabs the eye a little bit more, I think. And of course, when it's dark, it'll actually be quite nice in here. So we also want to put up some paintings. I like paintings specifically. Oh, maybe we could even... I don't know. Okay, so originally I don't think I had this row of quartz slab here because we don't actually need it. And I had a couple of paintings up here. And these paintings in particular always look like, not these ones, that one, kind of looks like a TV screen to me. And I like the idea that we've kind of got these suspended television screens just at the back of the store. I also like the idea of the back of the store, or rather the kind of like the counter space here, just having a little pressure plate on it. Couple of flower pots, some flowers, boom, there we go. It just makes it look a little bit better. I just keep having a look from the outside and I'm like, yeah, that looks pretty good. We can have white carpet just in front of it as well. Again, it kind of just helps to kind of draw you in a little bit, I think. And there we go. I mean, that's most of the store made. The next thing that we have to do is just make some banners. And we do have quite a few banners to make. So, loom, blue banners, white dye, and I do believe we need blue dye as well. So throw down a loom, open it up, place a blue banner in there with the white dye. First letter we've got to make is S. We're going to be making the Samsung sign. So horizontal row across the top, bottom, diagonal row, top left corner to bottom right corner. Easy as that. Next would be A. So horizontal row across the top, through the middle, vertical row on the right and left sides. That is going to be A. Then we're going to have M. So that's going to be a triangle at the top here. Grab that, throw that out, throw the white dye out, put the blue in. Teeth across the top. I always call those teeth, little mini triangles. Throw the white dye out, or throw the blue dye out, put the white dye in. Vertical row of white on the left and right sides. There we go. We already have another S. Well, I mean, we can reuse this S, but you might have to make another one. So then we just have to make U, which is a vertical row on the left, right sides, underneath. Boom. Then Samsung. So we need an N. Had to think about that for a second. So vertical row on the right, on the left, and then a diagonal row, top left corner to bottom right corner, N. And then we have to have G. We definitely did need that blue dye. So G is made with a vertical row of white on the right side. Grab that, put that in. Get rid of the white, throw the blue in there. Make the upper half of the banner blue. Grab that, put that in. Throw the blue dye out, white dye in. Horizontal row across the bottom. Vertical row up the left. Horizontal across the top. Boom, we have G. So this will sit where we have the two rows of blue. On the left side, leave a gap of 1. S, A, M, S, U, N, G. Perfect. And that looks pretty good up there. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to dump all of these banners. I'm going to grab a grey banner, light grey dye, black dye, and white dye. And it's as simple as this. So I'm going to throw a grey banner in here, light grey dye. I'm going to add a gradient effect. It legitimately doesn't matter which one. I am going to go for lighter on the top. Grab that, put that in. White dye in there. Diagonal row of white. Grab that. Throw the white out there. Put the black in. And then place a border of black. Now, you have to use a little bit of imagination in some of these places, but... Oh, and we also need to grab the beds as well, and the black stained glass pane. So, where the word imagination comes in. If you place... Well, actually, it requires no imagination here. That straight up looks like a phone, right? Like, if you put that in there, I think that we can all agree, that looks like a phone. So, the banners in the item frames look like phones to me. Now, the black beds do not look how they do on Java. Okay, if you're on Java, the black beds, make a very convincing phone case, believe it or not. maybe if we put them upwards like this, on Java, they look like a phone case, and they don't not look like a phone case here on Bedrock, but you know, you gotta use a little more imagination on Bedrock. Same thing for the glass panes here. So on Java, the glass pane will almost entirely fill the item frame, and it'll look like an iPad or a tablet, something like that. I can't say iPad in the Samsung store, I'll get thrown out, but it'll look like an iPad, you know, it'll look like a tablet. But on Bedrock, requires a bit of imagination. So, I'll tell you what sort of does though. If we got rid of the item frames entirely, we just put the banners here. Tablet? You know? Sort of. Not only that, if we were to grab... Okay, so this, you know, we're getting into, like, a little bit extra here, but if we were to throw this back in here, black dye through the middle, boom. And we can also clone the other banners, so we can just grab that back anyway. If we were to place these... They look like tablets. I mean, they look like tablets more so than even the item frame, so that might be another way to go. The beds, on Bedrock, the beds are, you know, it's up to you whether you decide they look like phone cases or not, but the actual banners themselves definitely do, and I would litter these all over the place. So, in all of the item frames, all different phones. And something that you can do as well, and I'll show you how to make this too, because even though it's not difficult whatsoever, so I'm quite happy. I think we've filled all of those up. We can even place these on like the outside of the store. You know how there's always like banners for the for like, here's the S25 million and such. Like, we can even place those on the outside of the store if you think that that looks good. So if we want to make some different colors of phones, so this is where it'd get a bit more interesting, right? We start off with the same old grey banner. We still need the same old light grey, and we still need the same old white dye. However, if you wanted to make, I mean, what color phones can we have? I mean, we can have any color phone. I mean, green is kind of in, purple's sort of in, you know? Like, we can make a green phone, and it's as easy as grey banner in there, gradient effect with the light grey dye, diagonal using white dye, grab that, put that in, and then any color you like. So let's try a lime one. Maybe it's a bit too bright, but I'm pretty sure Samsung did release like a pretty nice lime-ish looking phone. Now, you might not want to place it on the outside parts here, but for like this, you know, for these parts here, definitely. Because they're a bit smaller, like it's not as, I don't know whether brash is the right word, but it's not as in your face, you know? And also, the same thing with the beds too, like I've only grabbed one colour of bed, but, I mean, what colour can you get phone cases in? I'll answer that for you. Every colour. So feel free to, you know, mess about with these in the item frames, especially on Bedrock where they do, or on Java where they actually do look good as phone. I mean, honestly, I think that they look almost perfect, really, as not in this version, but you know, in Java, like they almost look perfect. But yeah, if you change up the color of some of the phones and the phone cases, like it just looks a little bit nicer. The same can be applied to here as well, although I mean it's a little bit less important as it's less visible, but I mean you definitely could do that if you wanted to too. So the only thing that I'm going to do now is I'm going to clean up the outside of the store a little bit with some smooth stone, and then we'll say our goodbyes, because this is your Samsung store complete. So this is what your Samsung store will look like once it has been 100% fully completed. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button if you have enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel. Click that little bell next to the subscription button. And if you want to make anything else by me, if you want to check out anything else by me, check out the card system, the description below, and the top of the comment section for more. The city builds playlist, the quick builds playlist, all of the various houses and projects that I've been working on. You'll be able to find that all nice and easy. Thank you so much, everybody. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye!